The secret life of the toucan. Deep within the emerald canopies of Central and South American rainforests, a remarkable bird cuts through the humid air with surprising grace despite its seemingly unwieldy appearance. The toucan, with its oversized, brilliantly colored beak and striking plumage, has captured human imagination for centuries. Yet beyond its iconic status as a symbol of tropical paradise and breakfast cereal mascot lies a complex creature whose daily existence reveals fascinating adaptations, intricate social behaviors, and remarkable survival strategies that few people truly understand. The engineering marvel of nature's most famous beak. The toucan's beak is perhaps one of nature's most discussed anatomical features, often generating more questions than answers. Stretching up to 8 inches in length in some species, this colorful appendage can account for nearly 1/3 of the bird's total body length. For decades, scientists puzzled over how such a massive structure could be practical rather than burdensome, leading to numerous theories about its purpose and composition. Recent scientific discoveries have revealed the beak to be an engineering masterpiece. Despite its impressive size, the beak weighs remarkably little, constructed from a thin outer shell of keratin supported by an internal network of lightweight, foam-like structures called trabeculae. These microscopic struts create a honeycomb-like framework that provides tremendous strength while maintaining minimal weight. This biological innovation has even inspired engineers developing lightweight materials for aerospace and automotive applications. The beak's vibrant colors serve multiple purposes beyond mere aesthetics. The brilliant reds, yellows, oranges, and blues function as visual communication tools, helping toucans identify members of their own species and assess potential mates. Each species displays unique color patterns and beak shapes, creating a visual language that prevents interbreeding between closely related toucan varieties. The colors also play crucial roles in intimidation displays during territorial disputes and courtship rituals. Temperature regulation represents another critical function of the toucan's oversized bill. Living in tropical environments where maintaining proper body temperature can be challenging, toucans use their beaks as sophisticated cooling systems. Blood vessels near the surface of the beak can dilate or constrict to increase or decrease heat loss, allowing these birds to regulate their internal temperature with remarkable precision. During cooler periods, reduced blood flow to the beak conserves body heat, while increased circulation during hot weather helps dissipate excess thermal energy. Masters of the canopy. Diet and foraging behavior. Toucans are primarily frugivorous, meaning fruits comprise the majority of their diet. Their beaks prove perfectly adapted for this lifestyle, allowing them to reach fruits growing on branches too thin to support their body weight. The long reach enables toucans to access food sources unavailable to other birds, reducing competition and expanding their ecological niche. They show particular preference for figs, palm fruits, and various berries, often becoming important seed dispersers for rainforest plants. However, the toucan's diet extends far beyond fruit consumption. These opportunistic feeders supplement their plant-based meals with insects, small reptiles, bird eggs, and even nestling birds. During breeding season, protein requirements increase significantly, leading toucans to actively hunt for caterpillars, beetles, and other invertebrates. This dietary flexibility proves crucial for survival in environments where food availability fluctuates seasonally. The mechanics of toucan feeding reveal additional beak adaptations. The bill's sensitive tip contains numerous nerve endings, allowing toucans to assess food quality through touch. They often manipulate fruits and prey items extensively before consuming them, rotating objects to find optimal positions for swallowing. The long tongue, measuring up to 6 inches in some species, helps manipulate food within the beak and assists in reaching deep into crevices for hidden insects. Foraging behavior typically occurs during early morning and late afternoon hours when temperatures are cooler and fruit quality peaks. Toucans often feed in mixed species flocks, benefiting from increased vigilance against predators while sharing information about productive feeding locations. These social feeding groups can include other toucan species, parrots, tanagers, and various fruit-eating birds, creating dynamic communities that move through the forest canopy together. Social dynamics and communication. Toucan social structure varies considerably between species and environmental conditions, but most display remarkable complexity in their interactions. Many species live in small family groups consisting of breeding pairs and their offspring from current and previous years. These family units often roost together in tree cavities, with multiple birds cramming into spaces that seem impossibly small for their large beaks. Communication among toucans involves a sophisticated combination of vocalizations, visual displays, and physical behaviors. Their calls range from loud, repetitive croaks and barks to softer, more musical notes used in close-range interactions. Each species possesses distinct vocal signatures, and individuals within groups can recognize family members by their unique call characteristics. Dawn and dusk choruses often fill rainforest soundscapes as toucan groups coordinate their daily activities and maintain territorial boundaries. Visual communication proves equally important in toucan society. Beak positioning, body postures, and feather displays convey information about individual intentions, emotional states, and social status. During aggressive encounters, toucans engage in elaborate beak fencing displays, using their bills like swords in ritualized combat that rarely results in actual injury. These displays help establish dominance hierarchies and resolve conflicts without the energy expenditure and injury risks associated with physical fighting. Courtship behaviors showcase the most spectacular aspects of toucan communication. Males perform elaborate displays involving exaggerated head movements, bill presentations, and fruit offerings to potential mates. The colorful beak becomes a central focus during these rituals, with males showing off their bill's vibrant colors and impressive size. Successful pair bonding often involves mutual preening, food sharing, and synchronized movements that strengthen the relationship between partners. Nesting and reproduction. Hidden lives in tree cavities. Toucan reproduction occurs primarily during the rainforest's wet season when fruit abundance peaks and insect populations explode, providing optimal conditions for raising young. Breeding pairs typically select natural tree cavities or abandoned woodpecker holes for nesting sites, often spending considerable time and energy modifying these spaces to suit their needs. The selection process can take several weeks as pairs evaluate multiple potential sites for security, size, and accessibility. Nest preparation involves extensive excavation work, with both parents using their beaks to enlarge cavities and remove debris. Despite their impressive bills, toucans prove surprisingly delicate in their construction work, carefully shaping entrance holes and interior chambers to accommodate their specific requirements. The finished nest typically measures between 2 and 4 feet deep, providing secure protection for eggs and nestlings. Female toucans lay between 2 and 4 glossy white eggs, which both parents incubate for approximately 16 to 18 days. The incubation period requires careful coordination between partners, with duties shared equally to ensure consistent temperature and humidity levels. During this vulnerable period, one parent always remains with the eggs while the other forages for food, maintaining constant protection against potential predators and environmental threats. Newly hatched toucan chicks are completely helpless, born blind, naked, and utterly dependent on parental care. Their beaks begin as tiny, normally proportioned structures that gradually develop the characteristic oversized appearance over several months. Parents work tirelessly to feed their offspring, making dozens of trips daily to collect fruits, insects, and other protein-rich foods necessary for rapid growth. The development period extends much longer than many comparable bird species, with young toucans remaining in the nest for 6 to 8 weeks before fledging. Even after leaving the nest cavity, juveniles continue to depend on their parents for several additional months, learning essential foraging techniques, social behaviors, and survival skills necessary for independent life in the rainforest canopy. Predators, threats, and survival strategies. Despite their impressive size and intimidating appearance, toucans face numerous predators throughout their lives. Large raptors, including harpy eagles and hawk eagles, pose the greatest aerial threats, capable of overpowering adult toucans in surprise attacks. Arboreal predators such as tyras, kinkajous, and various snake species target both eggs and nestlings, often raiding nest cavities during parental absence periods. Toucan anti-predator strategies rely heavily on vigilance, group coordination, and their impressive vocal abilities. Their loud calls serve as early warning systems, alerting other community members to potential threats. When predators approach, toucans often engage in mobbing behaviors, gathering in groups to harass and drive away dangerous intruders through coordinated vocal attacks and aggressive displays. The rainforest canopy provides numerous escape routes for threatened toucans, and their excellent flying abilities allow rapid movement through complex three-dimensional environments. Despite their ungainly appearance, toucans prove remarkably agile in flight, capable of quick direction changes and precise landings on narrow branches. Their strong feet and excellent balance enable rapid movement through the canopy, often using their beaks for additional support while navigating challenging terrain. Human activities represent increasingly significant threats to toucan populations throughout their range. Deforestation for agriculture, logging, and urban development destroys critical habitat and fragments remaining forest patches into isolated areas too small to support viable populations. The illegal pet trade also impacts some species, with colorful toucans commanding high prices in international markets despite legal protections. Conservation challenges and success stories. Conservation efforts for toucans face complex challenges rooted in the broader struggle to protect neotropical rainforest ecosystems. These birds serve as umbrella species, meaning efforts to protect toucan habitat simultaneously benefit countless other plant and animal species sharing these environments. However, the scale of habitat destruction across Central and South America requires coordinated international efforts to achieve meaningful conservation outcomes. Several toucan species currently face varying degrees of conservation concern, with a yellow-browed toucanet and several mountain toucan species experiencing population declines due to habitat loss and fragmentation. Climate change adds additional pressure by altering temperature and precipitation patterns that affect fruit production cycles and insect availability, potentially disrupting the delicate timing relationships that have evolved over millions of years. Successful conservation programs demonstrate the potential for positive outcomes when communities, governments, and international organizations work together effectively. Protected areas throughout Central and South America preserve critical toucan habitat, while sustainable tourism initiatives provide economic incentives for local communities to maintain forest cover. Educational programs help raise awareness about toucan ecology and the importance of rainforest conservation among both local populations and international audiences. Research continues to reveal new aspects of toucan biology and behavior, providing valuable information for conservation planning and habitat management. Scientists use radio telemetry, GPS tracking, and acoustic monitoring to study toucan movement patterns, territory sizes, and habitat preferences. This research helps identify critical areas for protection and understand how human activities impact toucan populations across different environments. The future of Earth's most charismatic birds. The secret life of the toucan reveals a remarkable story of evolutionary adaptation, complex social behaviors, and intricate ecological relationships that extend far beyond their role as colorful symbols of tropical nature. These birds represent millions of years of evolutionary refinement, producing creatures perfectly suited to their rainforest environments yet vulnerable to rapid human-induced changes. Understanding toucan biology and behavior provides valuable insights into broader rainforest ecosystem functioning and highlights the interconnected nature of tropical biodiversity. As seed dispersers, insect controllers, and prey species, toucans play multiple ecological roles that contribute to rainforest health and stability. Their presence often indicates ecosystem integrity, making them valuable indicators of environmental quality. The continued survival of toucan populations depends on comprehensive conservation approaches that address both immediate threats and long-term habitat protection. This requires international cooperation, sustainable development practices, and recognition that protecting charismatic species like toucans ultimately benefits entire ecological communities and the human populations that depend on healthy rainforest ecosystems. The toucan's secret life serves as a reminder that even the most familiar animals often harbor surprising complexities and adaptations that science is only beginning to understand. Each new discovery about these remarkable birds reveals additional layers of evolutionary sophistication and ecological importance, reinforcing the critical need for continued research and conservation efforts to ensure future generations can witness the spectacular sight of toucans soaring through rainforest canopies, their brilliant beaks catching sunlight as they continue their ancient dance of survival in Earth's most biodiverse ecosystems.